What's up, guys? It's your boy Paul. I'm back with you, man. It's Rideout Reviews, and we are watching Season 3, Episode 3 of The Crown. Man, we've already actually gotten into some very interesting stuff just by starting out the season, man. We found out they spies in the hen houses, the chickens in the hen house, man. And then we see Margaret has the ability to do some amazing things, but her unpredictability and her rather brash attitude and language and uncouth speaking. I think that's the right way. Maybe it's not uncouth. Maybe it's just she's straight up party girl, dude. Anyway, let's just call it like it is. She a party girl, man. Even at her age, she partying. You know what I'm saying? That may not be the most civil way to negotiate with folks, though she has the ability to, man. And it's sad. We've seen her do some amazing things with her ability to woo and move the crowd to like her because she has that personality. But, yeah, I don't know if that's the best way for the crown to act. And if she's representing the crown, then she needs to be a little bit more statuesque. You know what I mean? Impersonal. Impartial. At least that's what they say in the TV show. So, but yeah, that was a good episode, man. So we're going to see where it's taken out this time, man. I'm enjoying all the characters, definitely, man. I just have to say, because they switched up all the characters and everything, but I still enjoy them all. And in going into the third episode, I just feel the change of some of the characters from the last one, but it's been years. I don't know how many, but it has been years. They are older now, 20 years maybe, 10, 15, 20 years. So how they've changed over that time is pretty spectacular. And to see their difference, especially with Philip, because Philip was just was not a guy. And in some way I want to still be like that, but I feel like he's so supportive of his wife. And I think it is that scene in episode 10, season 2, was like, is he telling the truth? That he really wants to follow what King George said, that she is the job. And it looks like he is doing that now, man. Even though we saw some of his past brought up in episode 1, it looks like he is still trying to do the right thing ever since that episode. So that's great, man. I like it, man. Anyway, enough of that, man. If you guys want to see full reactions, head over to Patreon. I got it all day, homie. Also, YouTube early releases, exclusive, all that stuff. Great community, man. Come join over there. If not, glad you're here. Like, subscribe, do all that other stuff too. I think comment. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we appreciate it. It's me, but my wife as well. Appreciate all that you guys do here. And yeah. Let's go ahead and jump into this film. Actually, this movie. Actually, this TV show. When it rains, it pours. That's what I heard about over there in England, man. It's always raining. I hope to go over there one day, man. It would be dope, man. It would be awesome to see Buckingham Palace and all that stuff. After watching this, that would have never been a thing for me. But shoot, now it is.
Singing all things bright and beautiful to the whole school in assembly. Don't forget your coats. There you go. Well done today. Good work.
That cute little kid like, thank you. Thank you.
Things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small.
Get in, love. It's time for you a bath.
Damn, they gotta memorize all that in one day. Why wouldn't they get it to them earlier so they can memorize it? They cruel.
We made the tiny
Hey, show me.
Of course, they may sing that all the time.
bright and
Don't need that.
beautiful.
It's the queen. Now we at the top. That was a little bit underwhelming for me. Usually they have something like amazing that happens, but maybe it's just because I don't understand. I don't sing that. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's like their national anthem, right? Bright and beautiful.
I've never seen one this bad before.
Dang. I was wondering what that was. Jeez. The whole ground is just falling. Sinking.
Moss.
All things bright and beautiful.
That's funny. All things bright and beautiful.
Something's not right.
What do you mean?
We should get a safety team up there now, just in case.
What? You can feel it moving.
We better not hang around.
I never... I'll get quiet.
Is it a volcano? Oh no, it is a landslide. Dang. Oh my goodness. Dang. They better hurry up and get up out of there. Oh man, that's like darkness descending.
Alphabetical, please. Quickly and quietly.
I hope a school don't feel the blunt of that.
Under the desk, all of you, quickly!
Yeah. Dang. That's it. That's it. That's horrible.
Then something bigger came along. I'm afraid you're going to have to excuse me.
Anytime that dude has to leave quick like that, you know it's an emergency, man. That's literally all of their kids, man. Because they all go to school. Man, that is horrible, dude.
Significant loss of life. I would suggest an immediate response.
What kind of response?
A statement of condolence. I've taken the liberty of doing a quick draft. Unless you were planning to visit today yourself.
Why would I go?
What a question.
The Crown visits hospitals, Martin, not the scenes of accidents.
But dude, that is so many kids, though. Kids. That's not just...
Plus, guidelines suggest that tips should be no higher than 20 feet tall. Now, this one was over 5 times that.
So it was their own fault.
Than that, what about Lord Robens, head of the Guild Board?
He was notified, but he's being invested as Chancellor of Surrey University today and saw no reason to postpone the investiture.
What? Make sure he's there by tomorrow morning, will you?
Yes, sir.
Now, we have to be careful. This could turn nasty very quickly.
Yeah, turn a tragedy into a bad thing. It's not. And they did the wrong thing. 5 times the height of what it's really supposed to be. Dude. And there's going to be some blame that people are going to want to put. And unprecedented rainfall is true as well, man. But if you ain't following guidelines, then that is definitely... Hey, dude, I can't imagine that. Them kids were buried alive. Buried alive under coal. Coal waste byproduct. Man.
60 bodies recovered so far. And counting.
Quiet! Quiet! Quiet!
I thought they might have heard somebody alive still.
Back to work, everyone!
Every time the whistle blows, it means they think they've heard something. Another child trapped beneath the wreckage.
Dude, I don't even know what I would do for such a tragedy like that, man. Dude, whoop. What does a person do? Golly.
It's a bit late now. We've been telling our room for years those tips were dangerous.
There was a disaster waiting to happen, and no one listened.
They knew. They knew.
What are you doing?
You haven't heard the news.
No? I've been at Caroline's birthday party.
When you read the papers tomorrow, you'll understand.
He going. He gonna go to take photos. Bro got coal on his feet. He getting in that dirty mess now, man, because it's deep, too. Man, that's tragic, dude. That is tragic. Anything dealing with kids is tragic, man. That's just horrible. So many children.
As of an hour ago, the loss of life in Aberfan stands at 116. Now, it appears that over 80 are still missing. 36 of the survivors have been hospitalized.
Are any more victims expected to be found?
Not alive, ma'am. To make matters worse, it has been reported that the north shoulder of Tip 7 has moved and the village is ready for immediate evacuation. Given all this, I was hoping I might persuade you to go.
Yeah.
One of the most unfortunate things about being sovereign I have discovered is that you paralyze virtually any situation you walk into. The very last thing emergency and rescue services need when they're working against the clock is a queen turning up.
I'm not sure I agree. Children have died. The community is devastated.
What precisely would you have me do?
We'll comfort people.
Yeah.
Put on a show?
Just be there.
The Crown doesn't do that.
I didn't say put on a show. I said comfort people.
That's right. Just being there. Dang, does this not hit her? Is this? He been there and he can feel it, man. But she don't have any kind of empathy for the loss of all of them kids. Let's say like 110 people and like 60 of them are children. She just does not. I don't know. I guess she don't. The gravity of the situation. That's huge.
Anyone object if I had something stronger? Coffee?
She
no,
broken.
I was thinking whiskey.
Margaret, it's 9 o'clock.
Yes, I know.
Sister broken,
But it's
man.
not morning. Not in my world, anyway. You told me to go into the children's bedrooms and kiss them while they slept. It was unimaginably awful. Miners, used to digging for coal, now digging to reach their children. He then went to the mortuary where people were waiting to identify the children's bodies. Nurses and Salvation Army volunteers, they were writing a description of each adult, each child. No, I've never heard him like that. I hope I never do again.
National Coal Board cannot accept responsibility for the weather. Abnormal levels of rainfall have created extraordinary conditions.
I wrote to you!
So did I!
That's what's caused this, not rainfall!
And nothing was done!
Buried alive by the National Coal Board. That's what I want to see written on my child's desk.
Dang, they wrote to them. They wrote to them. Dang.
I had a visit today from certain members of the cabinet who are concerned that this is all turning political.
Of course it's turning political.
So it was built before regulation was put in place. Okay.
We cannot allow ourselves to be crucified on the altar of public opinion over something that isn't our fault.
When people are angry, they throw stones at their leaders. This is grief, Marcia.
It's injustice. It's just another in a long list of injustices.
There's parents grieving their children.
We should look for another establishment figure to deflect negative attention.
What?
Who?
The Queen.
The Queen?
Losing your children is difficult. Losing brothers and sisters is difficult. Living in a mining village where the coal board abandons you is difficult. And instead of sticking the knife in her and allowing us all to vent our anger at someone cold-hearted, you're pathetic. You disgust me. If you ever want to be a real leader, a real man, you're going to have to grow some balls.
You cast blame on other people? That's what being a real leader is deflecting blame on someone else? What in the world? A real leader takes responsibility where responsibility is due, not cast blame on someone else so they don't look bad. But maybe she's talking about a real government leader.
All tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, for the former things are passed away.
And the Queen should be there for the funeral. She should. I understand her thinking, though. This is how she's been for the past however many years she's been head of state, sovereign.
And the streets of the city shall be full of
impartial.
boys and girls playing in the streets thereof.
Man, there is a time to show
And they
compassion.
shall be mine, saith the Lord of hosts.
A time to show sorrow when sorrow is needed.
And I will spare them.
This is definitely a time to show sorrow. Weep with those who weep. Oh my gosh, dude. Bro gotta get a drink after that, man. That is tough.
The rage in all the faces, behind all the eyes. And they didn't smash things up. They didn't fight in the streets.
What did they do?
They sang. The whole community. It's the most astonishing thing I've ever heard.
Did you weep?
What kind of question is that? I might have wept, yes. And the fact is, anyone who heard that hymn today would not just have wept. It would have been broken into 1,000 tiny pieces.
The scandalous lack of care and interest, and not just for the people of Wales, but for the whole working class.
And the Prime Minister gave that his blessing.
I think we have to assume so.
Then on to the Bethania Chapel for the presentation of the heroes and survivors of the disaster.
Oh, that's a
There will then be a visit to the cemetery.
I don't know why I thought that was her hair, but that's a hat.
But this is Wales, not England. A display of emotion would not just be considered appropriate. It's expected.
She gonna break down. Dude, she didn't want to go because she knew she was gonna break down. I bet you. Cause man, she already, look at her face. She look like she is terrified. Who wouldn't be terrified though to go there and to see all of them broken people, all of them hurt people, all of them sad people who lost so much in one day. Dang. That there's a road that's probably like 3 feet tall, 4 feet tall. That fence, actually, no, that fence is about, that's like the dirt. The fence, it looks like maybe 5 or 6 feet tall. Whatever it is, that coal is high.
This is Councillor Ellis, who lost 7 relatives.
7?
Yes, ma'am. 3 children, 4 nephews.
I'm so sorry.
This is Howell, Gwen's father, who managed to rescue one of the grandchildren.
Sarah.
Oh my gosh.
She has something for you, ma'am.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
From the remaining children of Aberfan.
The family sung a hymn when they buried their children.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there any way I might hear it? And ask the Prime Minister to come and see me as soon as possible.
We put the whip on that fool, man. That's just the lowest, the most heinous of crimes, man. And I don't know who that woman was. I'm supposing it's his wife. And his wife said that's the sign of a leader, to throw your leader up under the garbage, under the bus. That's ridiculous. That's almost as tragic as that daggum. Man.
The Prime Minister, Your Majesty.
Your Majesty.
She got that stone cold face on now.
I have it on authority. You tipped off journalists that I was letting the side down by not going to Aberfan.
Never. Perhaps 1 or 2 of my colleagues, concerned at the anger being directed at the government,
Broke ranks. Took matters into their own hands. Perhaps they're right. They deserved a display of compassion, of empathy from their queen. They got nothing. I dabbed a bone-dry eye, and by some miracle, no one noticed.
Dang, I didn't think that was real, that when she dabbed her eye. I didn't think so.
After the Blitz, when we visited hospitals, I saw what my parents, the King and Queen, saw. They wept. I couldn't.
That's
well,
why.
you were a child. What do you expect?
Not just as a child. When my grandmother, Queen Mary, whom I loved very much,
That's why she didn't want to go.
when she died,
She didn't cry.
nothing.
She could not cry.
Well, she'd been ill a long time. It had been expected.
When I had my first child, a moment of such significance for every mother.
That's why. She wanted to show compassion, but she knew she wouldn't.
I have never done a day's manual work in my life. I don't like beer. I prefer brandy. And I don't like pipe smoking.
Dude is literally like the opposite of all the people he's representing.
We can't be everything to everyone and still be true to ourselves. We do what we have to do as leaders. That's our job. Our job is to calm more crises than we create. And in a way, your absence of emotion is a blessing. No one needs hysteria from a head of state.
Hey, that's so right, man. You're right.
The truth is, we barely need humanity.
She did what she had to do. She didn't want to go because she didn't want to, like, seem like she didn't care. When she really did care, she did care. She really does care. She just doesn't show emotion because she looks so broken, so hard. Especially when she was talking to her husband, to Philip. But she does put off that kind of, like, you know, like, she is freaking hard to steal. She's Valerian steel. Man, that is such a tragedy. That's so sad, man. Just that even happened is such a sad thing, man. This was a sad, sad episode. Man. But it was super well done though, man. I think that how we finally got the reveal about the Queen at the end with the summation of all of that emotion and tragedy and empathy, and it made us be like, what are you doing? But her, even in the end, it shone through just how wonderful a person that the Queen is that she was broken by all of this and just didn't know how to express it, man. It's a good episode. I'll see you guys in the next video.